so here's the plan. I'm just coming through these trees here. It's very wet. I walked up here the other day and it's pretty wet, but I've got a car that I really want to pick up. It's Friday afternoon and the sun is setting, but I really want to pick this up for in the morning. I'll shut my door a bit better. This is wet up here. I'll hold on to, hang on. There we go. Is that upside down now? Who cares? Right, let's see what it's going to do. I want to get this loaded up and you guys are going to be stoked with what it is, because I was too when I saw it the other day. She's rough, but she's a beast. But I really should not be taking the truck up into here. It is Friday afternoon, so if I get bogged, I figure I'm just going to call Nicole and tell her to come pick me up and I'll deal with it tomorrow. Savannah's working for me tomorrow, so she can come and help me. Looking good so far, guys. Looking good. There is a creek just here, like a little creek. So, are you hanging out to see what it is, or have you seen it in the thumbnail? This is a JDM beast. JDM beast. I'm stoked. Except someone's put an Eco Tech in it. There it is there. What a beast. Righto. Alright, I don't want to piss about too much because I'm going to get stuck, but let's go have a quick look at it before we start loading it up. Alright, so front bar's smashed, obviously. It's got a mang in it. There you go, look at that. It's missing the bonnet. It's not actually that bad, guys. I'm not real fussed on the kit. 180SX, guys. How sick is that? Now, inside the car, back's not shot, quarters are good. Back bar's okay, tail lights are in pretty good shape, back bar's pretty good, little bit of rust, glass is good. I know I'm talking a million miles an hour, but I want to get this loaded. Now, this bit's not real flash, the dash is all pulled out, but I did see that the instrument cluster's here, the back seats are there, see they've been folded down, door trims aren't too bad, but what do you guys reckon? What a beast, eh? So happy, so happy. These guys don't generally sell stuff. They definitely don't sell any Holdens, I can tell you that, but yeah, how good's that? They're still out there, guys, like they're still out there. And this is why I do my cheap towing. People say, why are you so cheap? You know, and why are you still in the truck? Why aren't you at the workshop? Because these are still out there for me to find. Man, let's get this loaded somehow. Trying to load and show you as much as I can at the same time and film. So she's a bit crossed up. Just go have a look on the other side, see what's going on. Ooh. It's not good at all. I've got to get that across that way a fair bit further. I might even just drag this ramp across once that wheel there's on, perhaps. Or is it going to have a wheelbase for it? Alright, okay, she's going on. I'm going to do my job. Back in a minute. Okay, heart can slow down. We are loaded. Alright, so 4 lug wheels. I just had a look then. It does have a diff center in it. So it's got a diff center in it. It's got a tank in it. It doesn't look to be rusted out. We'll get a better look at it once we're at work. It's got drive shafts in it. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Like the aero on it's pretty rough. I saw in Toowoomba there's a bloke that needs a bonnet because that Ecotech sits too high with a reverse cow scoop. I am a bit of a reverse cow scoop, but it's not really JDM, and you can get the like dovetail, the big one at the back. So I'm wondering whether I get that reverse cow scoop one and go that one, just to make it look sort of right, you know. I'm not a big fan of the JDM one with that big cutout with the 3 fins. I'd rather the reverse cow. It's only $500 this other bonnet. Yeah, I'm real happy with this, guys. I really am. First S chassis. I haven't had a Sylvia or anything before, so yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Yeah, I like these guys out here. They always sort of help me out. Yeah, so righto. What a beast. I'm stoked. Could not be happier. It's amazing what's hanging around in the good old Aussie bush. Look at that. Look at that. You gotta laugh. But yeah, there are some bars around. Parts aren't that expensive. But the one thing, engine. Now, SR turbo would be the ultimate. RB25 is probably too expensive for me. Do I just spend the money and get an SR20 to put in it, which will make it right, you know what I mean? K-swap, I'll have to do some things. Definitely not a Barra. I would think about putting a 5 litre in it, like a 304. But can I register it with that in it? I don't know. Any of you S chassis guys out there, can I register this with a 5 litre in it? But at the same time, do I want a V8 coupe, or do I want to go that 4-cylinder turbo or even 6-cylinder turbo? But either way, looking forward to it big time. Righto, so jumping forward a little bit, so you can see we've cleaned this yard out. That's just a little bit of a yard update. This area here is fairly clean. Today or tomorrow, it's getting late in the day now, but I want to clear this area here out so I can get through that way and do a little bit. I'll take you out the back and show you what Savannah's up to with her cleaning up out the back. And we're going to go back into the 180SX and start to go through that and see what's in it, because I unloaded it here last night. So we'll quickly whip out the back, show you what Savannah's been up to, and then we'll get stuck in and see what's in this 180. Righto, so she's actually loaded up, marked on tyres. It's just heaps better. What we want to achieve is, see, she's marking on this stuff here so we can all see it all, so you can get through, and we'll be able to get through this area here. There's just no need for it to be such a mess, and that way we'll be able to drive from this yard through. Now, I've sold that Pathfinder there with the other one, so I've got to get into that tomorrow hopefully and get that out. But it's getting there. Putting everything into piles and sort it out is just huge. Plan is to be able to get that car into that slot there and actually be able to get to the R33 again. And that way, yeah, I found my manual box there for the Skyline. So that'll be for either the R31 or for that one. But yeah, so anyway, let's I'm just exporting a video now, which is probably the one you watched last that I'm exporting now. But I'm going to throw this video in, and then there's more yard stuff after this one. But anyway, let's see. I've got my laptop set up with the internet, and yeah, but the battery. But this is what I edit on. This computer, I paid like $350 for it on eBay. Like, it's the cheapest. I don't use it for anything else but editing, and it's still a bit slow. But I'm definitely no computer whiz, but I couldn't sit in there any longer waiting for it to upload. So, righto, we're out here with the beast. Now, this thing, like, realistically, the body shell, being, if it had a sunroof, I probably wouldn't have even bought it. The doors seem okay. It's still 4-starred. The kit on it's garbage. The motor's garbage. Gearbox is garbage. Diff's all right. Yeah, it needs a lot, but I'm still very, very happy. Like, it's going to, we're just going to go through now and see if I can open the door. Yeah, we're going to go through and see what's in here, and I'm going to put stuff in my container and see what we can find. Like, it's pretty average at best and absolutely disgusting, but anyway, yeah. So from what I can work out, this was a local car. It's been sitting in that paddock for between 5 and 10 years. Yeah, so, you know, I haven't done an S chassis before. I'm pretty keen to do one. It does interest me a lot. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to use 2 hands and get stuck in. Like, the rear spoiler here, the kit on it's disgusting. I really don't like it. I don't know, I started looking last night. I can get bonnets, I can get rear spoilers. Whether I leave it 4-star or not, I do have some wheels, but you really want to run an 18. Let's dig in and see what we've got. Either way, I can build a car and put it back together. I think the parts will cost a fair bit of money to put this back on the road, but I think it'll be well worth the money. Well worth the money. Yeah, righto, let's get stuck in. Alright, we have, does anyone want some shoes? They're target style. So I'm going to make a pile there of detritus, and we will go through. This is absolutely ridiculous. That's a mad old school JVC something or other. An old disc stacker. I think it might have been an auto car because we have an auto shifter. So we'll put that apart. Any car parts, this bonnet's rooted so we can stack a bit of stuff here. I'll put car parts here. I'll put rubbish there. And I'll see what we find. I'll give you an update in a sec. Righto. Got a little bit of detritus. Okay, console, I'm hoping that this is 180SX. I'm hoping that this is also 180. R32 tail lights. I'm hoping this ducting is from this. A little bit of Commodore stuff, Commodore cluster and shifter thing. But yeah, it's Jeremy old Jackson. There's another interior piece. We'll chuck that up there. Alternator, not sure what that's off. I'm guessing all this here is I'm hoping this was an SR. I'm going to check the tags on this and see what I can find, whether it was an SR vehicle. A few guys did comment on the Facebook page that they actually knew this car, so we might be able to find out if it did have an SR in it at some stage. So yeah, an SR is the way I think I would like to go with it. R32 again, tail lights, surround. Commodore ashtray. What looks to be Commodore ashtray. Vent. I'm hoping that's out of this thing. Might be able to piece a fair bit of it together, guys. Insoles, we don't want that. Stereo thing. Oh, here we go. Oh no, it was a CA, but DET, so it might have been a turbo CA. I don't know. I in two minds. Would I go a CA turbo? But if I'm going to spend the money, I'll have to search, see what I can find. If I can find a CA turbo and gearbox at half the price or less than half the price of a SR, maybe go that way. If not, yeah, go SR. I think SR's the way I want to go. Because I think RB20 I'd go, they're probably a bit cheaper. RB25's out of the price range. If I could find a kit to put a 1J, one of the 1Js I've got, because I've got a couple of 1Js there, maybe we could go 1J in it, but I would like to leave it Nissan if I can. What do you guys reckon? I don't know. I don't know. But all I know is there is some junk in here. Definitely some junk. This is the junk box. Extreme junk box at that. It's just hard, you don't know what you're going to need. See, is that little light there out of this somewhere? Nissan? That must be, yep. Just want to try and keep as much stuff. There's a second one, they must be out of the bumper bar. They're number plate lights, I'd say, at a guess. Horn. Save that horn for your sister. Righto. Some sort of switch. We'll hold on to that just in case. We'll put any engine parts for now just over on the side here, so we'll clear a spot and put them there. It's pretty germy back here. Geez, I get some bargains, don't I? What an absolute bargain. I do, I quite like it. I appreciate old mate let me buy it. I'm going to give him, I've got that, his dad had a Gemini as his first car. I know that little red Gemini, you can see it just over the back there. It's a front wheel drive one, but I think with the cleanup, you'll enjoy it. These boys love their Holdens that I got this from, so yeah, give that to him, I think, as part of this deal. So it'll be good. They're glad to have the shit out of their yard. Crap been lying around there for years, so yeah. I can't see much else of sort of big value in the back here. as a way of car parts, that is. What's that? So we've got a crank here. What that's out of, I have no idea. Another bracket for something. But yeah, so that's a 4-cylinder crank. So whether that was the original crank out of it, whether the motor blew up or what happened, I'm not sure. Windscreen wiper, that's cool. Gasket. Some more trim bits. See, this is all the stuff here that's going to help putting it all back together, having all those bits and pieces. There's a heavy sway bar, there's a cam sensor. What do we got here? It's a engine mount, is it? I'll leave that there in that pile. Got some tie rods, some sort of brace, chassis brace or something, guard indicator lens. Right, we'll go down in the front and see what we can find in the front here. It doesn't look too rusty, like it's pretty good down through here, even with it sitting out in the bush, with the dried up pieces of genital pus. Here's a dash. So 204,000 Ks. The little crack there, it's still usable. It doesn't seem wet. Tacho in the center. It looks like it's digital speedo, which sucks a bit because look at that wiring. A bottle of Wimmer's something. Which one is it? I don't know. $10 if someone comes and drinks that. Righto, might open the door on the other side and see what we can find. Look at that big mang. You gotta wonder, don't you, why you'd put that in there. But I suppose if you got nothing else, and these things, well, this thing's still not worth a great deal, but back in the day they started to be sort of worth absolutely nothing, weren't they? So glove box with a few spiders, but it is in reasonable sort of shape. That'll clean up. The hinges don't seem to be broken, which is that's a good thing. There's some nappies. Oh, we don't need that. Some more. Oh, sweet. Under the steering column, that's where your bonnet pull cable would go. Airbox. Factory Nissan airbox. Nissan. Yep, sweet. How good's that? It's awesome. Some more vents for under the dash. Oh. Christ. It's like a full crackhead mobile. Little rubber. I won't throw that sort of stuff there away because you don't know where that lives or where it belongs, you know. Heater vents. That's pretty cool having that still. They're all bits that are very would be hard for me to replace if I needed to, you know, like it'd be near impossible to find that sort of stuff. Righto, so second glove box lid. Glove box, not a lid but actual glove box. Get rid of any paperwork and crap. Some bits and pieces in there, nuts and bolts. Got someone cut a hole in it for gauges at some stage. So that one there is the same or different to that other one. Let's have a look. Looks very similar. Yeah, it's the same, slightly different colour. This one's more lighter silver, but there's, yeah. What do we got here? That's another bit for the, looks for the shifter, for the automatic shifter. A radiator macos. I can't see much else in the back here. Ashtray, cool. Haven't found anything that's going to kill me yet anyway. The third, like the pedal that goes on the floor down the front there. I haven't found the dash, which is one thing I was hoping that I could find in here. Stereo, it's not a standard Nissan one, so it's junk. Made in Taiwan. Not sure if that's offered or not. Another bracket. Radiator. This appears to be I don't think that's Commodore. Oh yeah. Well, there's the another auto shifter, and that's Commodore. Tell by the thing at the top there. So that's junk. Another. Is that a door pod? Yeah. See that door pod there? See the one on the driver's door there, and this one doesn't have one, so that's for there. That's pretty cool. These stupid looking things here, I don't think they're off these cars. Pram. Jesus. Alright. That looks to be, yeah, that's Nissan. Got the little light. Another vent for our heater and stuff. Yeah, there's definitely no, what's the name in here? Is that? Don't know. That's it's not RB. Maybe it's RB20. RB20 maybe doesn't have it written, but it's steel, and they're all plastic, aren't they? I'm not sure. Another vent, an ECU to suit a. Oh, sweet. Might do a check on that. Can someone tell me what that ECU is from? Hopefully it's a manual ECU for something. So it looks like we've got a bit of a mix of Commodore stuff and Nissan stuff. That's hopefully the center for that steering wheel that's there. That might clean up. It's a non-airbag one. I'll be putting a steering wheel on it anyway, but still, you know. It's like there's a mixture of stuff. So that is a power steering pump, is it? Looks to be something along those lines. It's all just chopped up though. I don't know how much of this stuff's going to be usable. See, that may have been sitting there and got wet. What a shame, those vents have been broken. We'll sit them there nicely anyway. We've got another steering wheel cover, like column cover, to go over there. Hopefully there's the other piece as well. Another broken bit of something or other. Lots of screws. Another little bracket. Cam seal for a oil seal for something. I probably wouldn't use that now. It's probably that old and schmegmed. Wonder if that's Coke. Have you seen that Coke actually goes clear? Well, there's the other part of the cover for the steering column. So top and the bottom. Must have been turbo at some stage because that's a boost gauge. Sweet. Another. Oh, that must be the speedo heads-up display speedo piece. That's pretty cool to have for the thing, and plugs are both on it. That's awesome. Might be able to put this thing back together yet. I have so much to work out in this thing, don't I? Oh, there's that sock I was looking for. Oh, it's actually got two. How often does that happen? I'll be wearing them tomorrow. All right, and wiring. It's got wiring for days. That there, the BCM, that's Commodore, isn't it? What do we got? Australia, yeah. So that's a lot of this loom here is junk. So that anything connected to that BCM there is Commodore, so it's junk. Well, that sucks, doesn't it? So if that there's the Commodore loom, it doesn't leave us with a lot, guys. Which means is if there's a loom in the engine bay, that means that the loom in here must be Nissan. So this one here, which will be wrecked because it's been sitting outside, Singapore. Don't know. I don't know. Just gonna have to go through and keep checking, but we've made a bit of headway. Look at that. It's I don't know if it's better than I thought or worse. So I'm thinking that there is perhaps our factory Nissan loom still in there. They haven't pulled out. They must have just sat the motor in. And then that there, I don't know. At this point I'm just really guessing, but yeah, strut towers look alright. We're missing a complete dash pad. I need to find a complete dash somewhere, I think, the whole piece. But the heater box and all that's there, so it's not real bad. It wasn't auto. Look, there you go, auto pedal still in it. There's our heater controls, which that's good that that's still there. Yeah, I don't know. It's I don't know. It's got its good points, guys, and it's got its bad points. But yeah. Righto, I'll check on this computer and we'll go a bit further and see what else I can find. Righto, so we have good and bad situation. So I've cleaned most of the stuff out of the car. There's a bit of mold and it's a bit average. I'm going to get this over near the workshop tomorrow and try and vacuum most of that out, pressure wash some of it. This door trim's not actually too bad. We have a lot of plastic pieces, trims and bits and pieces. I did find the little handle, I think, for on the passenger seat. There is a lot more wiring there than I thought was going to be there. This is the junk that was in it. This is just old clothes. It's all moldy and shot. That there is Commodore wiring harness from what I can tell. Yeah, the handle off here I think I found, which is just there. I think that's the one. Yep. So there's that stuff. There's a lot of plastic trim pieces. The seats aren't too bad. It's had crap sitting on it, which is terrible, but what do you do? It does have an ECU there. The heater box and everything's in there. I've got to find a dash. I'm going to bolt the steering column up so I can actually steer it. In the back now, there's some engine parts still under here, which is super germy. Jackson, what's that? Centipede or something? Yeah, it's still alive. Anyway, we'll get that out in a minute. Under here, it's yuckos, but the standard things in there, and there's all snails and bugs in there, so we'll work that out. I might get that. See, it's got like that stuck to that, but we might. Oh no, that's dead. Oh no, it's alive. I don't know what that is, but anyway, we'll get it out. I think it's just some sort of wormy thing. We'll just pick it up. No, we won't. Yeah, so looks like standard shocks. It did look like it had aftermarket springs in it. It's got seat belts in the back. Hopefully I can find, well, that seat belt's sort of a bit germy. It's not rusted out through here. It looks to be pretty good. I don't know. Honestly, guys, I don't know whether it was a good deal or a bad deal or what it was, but it was a deal. I can start looking for pieces now to complete the car. I want to get these wheels off as soon as possible and put something else on because they annoy me a lot. Clean up this rubbish, get it over to the workshop tomorrow, hit a bit of it with a pressure washer so we can see a little bit more of what we've got. Now that all those wet clothes and mouldy stuff is out of it, we can start to dry it out a bit and probably pull this engine out and get rid of it. Just pull that out and get it gone. I think it's got an auto behind it. Let's have a look. Yes, it appears to be an auto. Can't really tell, to be honest. If it's a manual, I'll be absolutely cheering, but I doubt it very much. Can't really see much here. You've just got the tail shaft in here, the yokes and tail shaft. I'm glad they didn't cut the floor yet or anything. I don't know, guys. Can I build something out of it? Yes. Do I need to really buy another car? Probably yes. Might do that actually. I might start looking for another car. Because if I can find another car, because this isn't worth a, you know, if I can find another car in this sort of condition but has a few more bits and pieces to complement this one, we might be able to do something. We can do something either way. I'm 100% in to rebuild it. 100%. Like it's gonna happen. Just just sometimes it gets a bit daunting at this stage, especially because it's hard to find the bits and pieces. So, but anyway, that's where we're at, guys. We have one 180SX, bits and pieces, yeah, lots of, I don't know. Righto, this video should be ready to go up, which is the one you would have watched last time. But hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're excited like I am. A little bit tired, been a big week. But anyway, next video we'll be back to, I sort of jumped the video to show you the guys this one because I know you'd be excited about it. I put a post on Facebook. So next one there's more yard stuff and there's a lot of information on the cruise gearbox I've been doing. So anyway, see you.